Hi everyone, this is Diane at the Pick a Fence Greenhouse and Gardens. Today's February 18th, 2011, and I have to transplant some Vinca flowers. These Vinca flowers are ones that I'm going to be using for baskets, and they're getting big enough. I'm going to just put them in some 6-pack cells today so they can grow on here in the house. It's way too cold for them outside, and I do not have the greenhouse on yet, so if they grow inside, they'll do much better. Vinca has a tendency to have a few problems if they get too wet and too cold. So I'm going to keep them in here as long as I can this year. But I'll show you some Vinca plants close up here. These have been growing since I planted them in January. And these are just a few I plant just to put in some baskets for show. They need a little head start. So I'll bring you in and let's get started. Okay, I was just going to show you my little Vincas here. I have I got 6 varieties I'm going to transplant today, and I have one over there too. These are ones that need to be put in some bigger cells so they get growing a little better. And they don't look too bad, but I'm seeing that they're needing some fertilizer. Vinca needs iron, and I got fertilizer especially for them to help them stay green. So, but they need to be transplanted right away. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to get transplanting today, and I'm going to be doing some of my bigger ones here. As you can see, some of the Vinca here, some of the nicer ones are going to get pulled out. I'm going to be putting them in 6-packs. And this is, you know, because I grow, if you were transplanting, you could just set them in some different pots, and before, you know, you would be setting them outside. But Vinca is a little sensitive, so if you ever have any questions on Vinca, let me know. As I've been growing them several years, and I still run into a few problems with them every year. So the first one we're going to do is the lilac. These are actually the trailing Vinca, and these will actually stay 6 inches, and they trail out over the baskets or pots. Basically, all I do here is just pull out the bigger ones, okay, and try to be careful. But you know, these little seedlings, they're pretty tough, they really are. And then I just put one in per little cell, okay. I'll be glad to get these planted because they do need it. Make sure you can see that. Yeah, so we get them in this soil that's mixed. It's the best for Vinca. Vinca can have, they can have root diseases and stem diseases quite easily, but if you give them the right conditions and the right soil, you usually can, it's usually okay. Okay. I also, sometimes you have to give them a fungicide drench, just because they need a little more protection than some plants. Okay. But that's just something I've learned over the years of growing, and I was kind of really frustrated with them last year. First year I really had a lot of trouble, but I know why I had trouble. I moved them out into the greenhouse too early when we were still experiencing some really cool temperatures at night, and the greenhouse just wasn't quite keeping up with the heat, and I ran into some problems there. This year we're going to keep them in, and I'm going to keep them in and keep them protected as long as I can from the cold. But basically that's what I do for when I transplant. Just put them in 6-packs. I'll fertilize these now at transplanting stage, and then I'll let them sit a day before I put them under the lights. And I'm going to be doing 6 different varieties here, but I just wanted to show that to you today. And I'll be putting some soil around these too. And like I said, hopefully I can show these to you later when they start blooming, because they're just such a gorgeous plant. So I hope you got something from this video today. Any questions on transplanting, let me know. Place a comment below, and get it growing. Love to hear what you're growing, if you're growing any flowers. And it's just so rewarding and so fun. So we will see you on the next video. Take care. Okay, we're in June now, and I wanted to show you the trailing vinca, the ones I did from seed. There's the strawberry one. And as I go over here in the greenhouse, let's see, there's some of these vincas, like this one here, the apricot. This is the trailing. I have these in 6-packs, but they're blooming now. And there's some more back here. And then also I have a few over here, some smaller ones. But the trailing vinca, they are designed to trail out of the pots. Definitely takes them a little while because they need warm weather. Warm nights, warm days.